Hi everyone. We're continuing on with our investigation of the shootings that have lately happened and the signs that have been going on all around the world, showing how we're nearing the end of the age, even though we do not know the date. But we had shown about this Columbia Mall shooting and how the spiritual aspects of this are mapped out all across the world. And we had shown right here where the Columbia Mall is. It actually shows what's known as the little horn of the Bible coming down, if you will. He is right here, like in this little tiny car thing, right here. You can see him easily, right there. That's the little horn of the Bible, and the bear represents Russia, and Russia rising up after a large head wound event that happens across the world. You can see that right there, easily. This is mapped out all around the world. My channel shows most of the countries around the world. All right there. The fate of all the earth weaved, showing the end of days. Well, we're going to show this today that happened at another earthquake, too, the same event, as we chase this clown that we've shown. Well, you can see also right here, in the back of his little car, he carries this little rabbit. Right here. See this little rabbit? This is the trickster. This represents the deceiver. And then you can see the little horn of the Bible coming. All right here, as we've been mapping out around the world, showing the spiritual sides of all these things happening. Perfectly mapped out right there. Well, there was an earthquake earlier today, a 5.8 at an island called Kefalonia. We're going to go over there and show this same thing. It's almost the same exact car that he's sitting in right here. Just like that. We're going to show that right by that earthquake showing. And we showed that he looks like this clownish individual, which represents a mask. He can be anybody at this point in time. Right here, right on this Illuminati box cover. We've shown him all around the world like that. Now at the same time as we've been showing on our channel, this stuff just doesn't stop. It all shows the same symbolism going around at the same time. Something else will happen. Well, right here at the Grammy Awards, they make sure to put this guy with this clown mask right on the front cover here. Well, he is from the band Slipknot, and they do this a lot in this band, but they've made sure to put him right here, showing that clown coming, all during all of these events that are going on around the world, right here. Well, let's go take a look at this island, Kefalonia, which is named after a type of a mythological hero named Kephalos, right here. You can look him up if you want. The son of Hermes and Ursi. And here's about the earthquake that wrecks buildings and injures people on this Greek island. It was a 5.8. Well, before we even show the picture, remember how, for those following me on my channel, I keep showing that the Duck Dynasty controversy and is showing about the Accuser being cast out of heaven, the one that doesn't have any mercy and comes to hunt everybody down with his guns. As much as anybody wants to call this man a Christian, let's not forget the Catholic Church killed many different Protestant Christians for many years because they did not believe they were following the Bible correctly. And Phil represents a hardcore man that says you're not going to make it to heaven unless you do certain things. Now, the Lone Ranger movie came out and it showed the same thing about Johnny Depp in here and Justice Rising. And Johnny Depp had a big quote in here about attacking somebody with a duck foot, representing the trickster coming right here to trick and fool the whole world. Now, the Mandela statue showed this little rabbit in its ear coming, which represents the mark of the beast coming. This was just erected in the last 2 weeks or so after Mandela passed away. You can see the little rabbit in there, just as we showed right here. The trickster coming to deceive the whole world right here. Well, let's go show that island. So they say it was a 6.0 earthquake here. Here is the island, right here, just like this. Remember I showed the duck foot? I said everything that's coming is planned by God going on. Look what he can do with the world. If you've been watching my channel, it's just amazing what he can do. It's just, the earth is made perfectly for everything. Here is that same, here is Kefalonia right here. But here is that same thing that we just showed at that mall. Right here. This guy with the big head, and he's sitting in that little type of car, which also represents a shoe or a boot, and it represents when Jesus Christ's heel is bruised at this point in time. You see him right here? And do you see the duck foot? Exactly as we've been showing. This is exactly as we just showed over there in Colombia at the mall. There he is right there with the duck foot. That's perfect. Even the eyes and everything. Perfect. Well, we need a rabbit. There it is. You can't fake this. And the little rabbit has a puppet in its hand, like a trickster. Ithaca. It is coming. There is an entity named It that deceived the whole world. But look at that right there. Perfect. I mean, we have to get to the point like Sherlock Holmes now. I mean, even if it is just beyond mental capacity to see, like, oh my God, how is all this stuff really right here? It is. There he is in that little thing. This also verifies about the accuser with the duck foot. Right there. And then you can actually see the bunny right above him. We don't know the day or hour, but the time is getting closer. Something is going on. Right there. Let's go show him in Russia quickly. Here is Moscow, and it shows all of the same things. The same time when the dome is hit, just as right here, and the Vatican gets hit. The head wound, right here. This is Moscow. See that right there? Just as we've been showing right here. That clown ends up being that person with that big head. This one right here coming down as a spirit, goes into Obama, does the big event right here, and then is often running on the Red Bull, like the second horseman of the apocalypse, and gets the great sword. Russia, the bear, rises up. The same time this phoenix, this eagle, this hawk, flies away. And this represents when the key to the abyss is opened, and the demons are let out of the pit, and the dead rise. And then they start doing the mark of the beast, and blending the DNA with this new Eucharist, all prepared. Matching that right there. Here is Russia, Moscow. Take this off. Here is the head wound to the goat, looking like the next I Pet goat, the next 911 event that will happen. It's all planned. Him. Then you can see the big figure right here that was coming down in that car-like thing. The deceiver coming to deceive the whole world. And the big punch right here, the big glove. Just a big hit for the head wound. And at that time is when the leopard falls in the event, and he moves on. You can see the cat right here, the head wound event, the Vatican and the USA right here. And then you can see that Satan has but a short time. You can see the hourglass all right there, matching everything we've been showing. This earthquake was another sign that this event is getting close to happening. We don't know the day or hour. From what we've shown in Washington, there has to be a planetary alignment to actually be going on. And they showed some symbolism of the Super Bowl, and we've seen the symbolism around the Olympics. But it has to be some type of alignment has to be happening. So it's going to be hard to nail down the perfect timing of this. But it's all right here. Just as we keep showing. Let's head back down there and show the island. So there we go. Crazy or not, here comes the accuser and the deceiver, all in one shot right here. The same ones that caused that killing at Zoomies and the mall over there. This is a spiritual thing. You can see the deceiver right there, tricking anybody to be like these clowns. Just as in the movie Donnie Darko, where the clown tricks you into killing and being a killer, and then turns you into you become like a demon, just like him. And that's why now he's at the Grammys with Slipknot, partying it down. This is a spirit jumping in and out of its hosts all around the world, and it's shown to us in front of us all day long, right here. Mutual assured distraction. We're all too busy to notice. Here's the eagle flying away for the rapture. The day the dead rise, and a head wound happens. And then they begin this idol worship. And this represents the mark of the beast, right here. And this condemns them. This deception is allowed by God because it condemns everybody that did not believe in Jesus, because they're going to worship the golden calf. Just as when Moses went up the mountain and got the 10 Commandments and came down, and a big part of the Jews were worshiping a golden calf. God opened an abyss for a lot of those people and destroyed them. Don't worship these idols. That's the trickery that's coming. He's a trickster. There he is. Right there. Right in front of us. Confess with your mouth, the Lord is Jesus. Believe in your heart, God hath risen him from the dead, and you'll be saved. Hallelujah.